I played basketball till I was 17, and then under the influence of my coach, I decided I wanted to coach. I really loved and I was fascinated by my basketball coach, the way he prepared practice, the way he organized practice, the way he was teaching us, and I thought it was cool. It was great. My name is Ettore Messina, and I'm an assistant coach for the San Antonio Spurs. I'm Italian. I grew up in Venice. My day was very simple. Go to school, come out at 2, go home, have a quick lunch, play outdoor basketball even with the snow from 3 until it was getting dark, then go home, do a little bit of homework, and then go for basketball practice in the evening. My father was a lawyer, but actually I never felt that was going to be my future. In Europe, you need to go through education to get a license and become a coach, and my club, who at the time was a professional club in Venice, took care of my education. I finished college and I got my master's degree in business and economics, because at that time nobody could even imagine to make a living doing basketball. This piece of paper was my security blanket in my drawer if basketball was not, and you can imagine to convince my family that I was going to do basketball rather than pursue a career in business or something like that. I was lucky I had enough opportunities in my life by people who trusted me and gave me the chance to coach. Then I became a lead assistant when I was 25 in Bologna. At 29 I became the head coach. At 33 I coached the national team of Italy for 5 years. Then I went on coaching again Bologna. I coached Benetton Treviso, CSKA Moscow, Real Madrid. And then Coach Pop called, and when Coach Pop calls, it's a unique opportunity to join a unique organization. So, I said with my wife, we've been lucky enough to experience all the best here in Europe. Why don't we just say, okay, let's see something different. Our sport, everything is connected. Defense influences tremendously offense, but offense at the same time influences tremendously defense, especially because in modern basketball, if players don't touch the ball offensively, I'm not saying shooting the ball, just touching, having a feel that they are part of the offense, defensively they lose their focus. So I think it's very important that you help your team to play together in the sense that we all understand that the best players will probably take most of the shots, but in terms of touching it, feeling it, and feeling that you're part of it, I think it's very, very important that you focus on that in order to get something back on the other end. I think that as for coaching philosophy, everybody will love to play fast, play well, shoot a lot of threes, be aggressive defensively, and I think all coaches will probably say that. Bottom line, I think that the two most important things is that a team has to be willing to share the ball offensively and has to be willing to work their butt off defensively. If you can accomplish those two things, you're in good shape. Then you can play more through pick and rolls or more through screening actions or motion or plays or whatever, depending on the personnel. But those two things, I think, really identify the good teams, where you really see people doing things together. The free time, my main hobby is playing tennis, as long as my legs will do that. I'm a curious traveler. Whenever we have a chance, we like to travel if we can. I worked a lot with the European Coaches Association for one simple reason. It gave me the opportunity to visit all Europe, and because I was curious to go see not only the big countries, but also the small countries, and it's always been a great life experience. I have a daughter, a 30-year-old daughter from my first marriage, and then I have a 13-year-old kid who will be a freshman in high school next year. It's funny because you try not to coach him, but you want to coach him, and you want to play basketball with him. So you go from basically beating him up every time one-on-one to the very first day that he blocks your shot, and now you feel you're old, and now he buys you every time, and now it becomes harder, and now he makes a little fun of you. My wife takes advantage of the spring break back to go back home and see her family. So my son Filippo and I will stay together And Coach Pop is always very, very helpful because he lets me, if I need, I can take him on a trip with us, just not to leave him alone at home. So it's a great experience because we father and son, we can stay together for 10 days during spring break and, you know, watch a lot of games, eat burgers and talk basketball all day, which is not the real life, but once a year, it's a great thing to do.